See this.
All right. I think we're set. I think we're good. Kind of took a while, but I'm going to refresh, make sure we are ready to go. And looks like we are set. So, Will, what's up? Ron J, MH, XMS, just Pac Man, Ecom Moose in the house, Elliot, Derek, Zombries, Paper Drew, Mercurial Venom, a lot of the familiar names that everybody knows and loves. Ken, what's up?
What is up, guys? It's Wednesday again, my favorite time of the week, because we get to go live, chop up with Glenn, Hustler Hacks, talk about some important things. But yeah, man, everybody's here already. I'm excited. Let's get that like button up. Hit that like button. Let me see how many people are here. How do you find out how many people?
You're like, where am I? Let's see, Joanne, how's it going? District Deal's always here. Michael, what's up? Mr. Javapino, Green Granite Resell, Jimmy, Matt Stees, Elliot Wolf. Man, more people. Hustle in Silence,
There we
also
go.
here. Yeah, Soulfed, what's up?
He alive.
So what we're gonna do, we have a couple of like news breakdown, different things we got to talk about before we get into our topic. The topic: top 5 mindsets you must acquire as a successful reseller. And these are like Kenny's favorite shows. He gets to get like his mind going and like the whole Zen thing. So you know he'll enjoy this. He doesn't know what's on this list, but
Yeah, when he messaged me that this is what we're gonna talk about, I was like, man, I'm gonna take it slow today. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna get my Zen on. I only went to 3 stores today, so I'm pumped. We got energy. We actually cleaned the house, so just more headspace and everything. But yeah, man, as you can tell, I wore red because I'm gonna be on fire tonight.
you're gonna take it slow, just like the last finds of the last week or so. Slow, dry finds. Ross, been trying. Ross is like, and you know what? Perfect timing for Ross to get a little slow, just in time as we're creeping up to Ross finds of the week number 100. They start slowing down. Perfect timing, Ross. It's been pretty rough out there, and the good thing is that Nike Outlet is tomorrow is actually MVP pass time to redeem. But as we know, last week was 30% off the weekend for the Labor Day weekend sale. So yeah, the sales, I don't predict they're going to have much going on this week. And not only that, some people are not buying Nike anymore. So
Yes,
who knows? Maybe
more for us.
Maybe some lanes might open up for you. So speaking of Nike, I know right now is just going totally wild. Kaepernick and things like that. So we're not going to get into like politics and all this other stuff. But it's been all over the internet anyways. You've already seen everything else about it.
Yeah, but before we move on, Glenn, I actually picked up a shoe for both of us this weekend. Now we talk last weekend talking about discounts, right?
Oh, so fines are out there.
Fines are out there. I pick up 2 pairs of shoes. It'd be for you and me, and we're gonna be rocking this in one of our hustles. And let's get them real quick. So keep talking.
All right, it's probably not. Hopefully, it's not that like. I don't know if you guys remember, like 2 Saturdays ago, it was kind of like a bread loaf looking Air Force One. Hopefully, it's not one of those. But going back to the Nike thing, yeah, a lot of bad comments. It's kind of sad because of course it leads into more of like racist type things and just getting out of control right now. And but tomorrow, I know that during the game, since NFL season kicks off, I think they're going to show the commercial. You can see the commercial right now if you want to on YouTube. But yeah, Nike MVP pass. Going back to that, you can start tomorrow, and it's good to the 23rd. So go ahead, show us.
So here is what I got for us. So this is your pair.
I already see it from the name.
It's $29.99, bro. 30% off.
All right, let's see it. I know what it looks like. They saw the tag.
Yeah, Hustler Hanks.
Oh man,
Hustle B. Winning.
That's like dad life right there.
Bro, Look at that. It's not like we're not married anyway. So here's you and one for me.
There we go.
So there we go. It's fire, bro. Look at that. This might actually make us move faster when we're outsourcing. Just to tell you honestly, all those retros that we're rocking when we're sourcing, our feet are hurting every night. Like we just probably do it for the style, but maybe we'll be switching it up next time. And yeah, some people might be burning it, but we're out here buying them.
We got the dad shoes to match the dad bod.
Yes, sir. So the next hustle, it'll be fire for sure.
All right, we'll have to break those in.
So yeah, let me know who in the chat would rock this. I know Paper Drew. Yes, he's been talking about this, and I finally got them at the perfect price. So I pretty much paid like $22. Man. I love you that much. $22.
Appreciate that. I'll have to break those in. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, definitely. Econ Moose cop all day.
Yeah. See, District Deal said if those had Supremes on them, they would sell out in seconds.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like the last ones. They had flames in it.
Oh man. Doug the Pug, what's up? Let's go on to the next news. What was I getting to? Oh yeah, the next news. So we have two things. Number one, we do have a date for San Diego workshop. If you've been waiting for that, we've been behind the scenes trying to get it finalized. It's done. San Diego will be Saturday, November 17th. And this is an actual workshop. And not only that, this workshop will actually be, is this actually going to be a little bit longer than the other ones?
Yes. This will be about 4 hours, I believe. Usually we only do 3 hours. But this one will be Fire Pack Workshop. Me and Glenn are going to bring in the heat because it's going to be Q4 time. And this is actually Out Hustle number 10. So we've been doing this, we've reached 10. So it's a milestone for us. And also San Diego, we've been getting a lot of requests in West Coast area. I know we've been to LA area. So now we've picked San Diego, and this would be a really bougie place. We're gonna announce the setup there, but just to give you a perspective, I was hyped up that actually Coca-Cola and Nike actually does their workshops and training here. So this is a very nice place in San Diego. So I'm excited. I think we're capping it off at 50.
Yeah, so we have more people than the Atlanta one. So this one, we're a little bit better prepared for it. Because the last time we went, when we did the LA just meetup, it was like 60, 70 people. So we figured this one will need more people than the Atlanta one. And then when we go back to Atlanta, we'll add more people than.
Yes, for sure.
Initially, we did like 25 on that one. So yeah, that's good. But that's the date, November 17th. If you want to prepare now, I was so kind to go through Southwest flights. They have deals right now.
No.
So if you live in Las Vegas, $59 one way. You have to be somewhere close in order to get a deal with Southwest. Because they don't care that much.
Yeah, they don't care that much for us. I was looking at my flights, and man, it's gonna take me a day to get there and get.
Oh man! All right, next thing is Ecom Chicago. So that's gonna be next month already. And they did tell me that they're going to give me like a free ticket to give out to somebody. So if you live in Chicago and you really, really wanted to go to this Ecom Chicago, there's other top speakers like Jason T. Smith and Chris Green and other people out there. So if you're interested, I'm going to be giving away a ticket. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I also have like a coupon code thing. So if you live in Chicago, let me know, and I'll try to help you out as much as I can. Let me see. All right, Derek, appreciate it. $10 super chat.
About this question. So let me read it. I found 6 pairs of SG Pro at Marshalls the other day for $19.99. Left 2 pairs because size 13s. Should I have picked them up? I personally would have still picked them up just because they're Superfly high end. Is that what you found? SG Pro Superfly? You can always double your money. There's people that wear size 13 too. I've sold multiple size 13s on soccer cleats. So yeah, if it's still there, I'd suggest you could go back Very low investment, $20 investment, and you could sell it for 60 to 80 and more than double your money.
So there we go. B's helping everybody out. What's the promo code for Ecom Chicago? We'll make it very simple for everybody. Hustler Hacks.
I thought
like, come up with a creative code name. And I was like, go out and get it way too long. Don't buy Dookie, way too long. Hustler Hacks, I think it's like $20 off. In the is your, I think it's like $20 off, something like that for the code. So there you go. Hustler Hacks. Let me see. Did you want to see? Let me see, Derek, what he's talking about.
They're Mercurial Vapors, the one that
got Vapor SG Pro.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say go back and get them.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's a good solid buy. I mean, 130 to 150. I mean, 130 seems to be like, oh, there's some lower ones on there, but I would ask like 130, 140 range. I mean, you're probably good around that. Jim, what's up? Let's see. All right, let's go to the show. Any other news that we kind of forgot?
Nothing really, man. I was just excited for everything. I think let's run through all the news again.
We already
let's talk about dates. San Diego, November 17th.
Yep, Ecom Chicago, October 18th, and MVP Pass tomorrow.
All right, here we go. Oh, it starts tomorrow already. Are you sure? Yeah, man. Yep. Wow.
It starts tomorrow already.
I'm gonna be there early for sure.
All right. Let's get into the show. Top 5 mindsets you must acquire as a successful reseller. Now, I saw like a pretty good list thing, and I kind of added my own kind of like twist thing to it. And it kind of goes with, it's kind of interesting in this list because it's kind of a combination of, successful reseller with just owning your own business, doing that. And almost like life in general, like the different things that change, different things you must go through. And so these top 5 kind of go through that. I don't know if I should do them in order or just randomly go through them.
Randomly go through them. I mean, you picked this, and I'm sure they're good. Just have all 5. No need to prioritize things.
All right, we'll go through them. Link for San Diego. We don't have the link yet. We just secured the venue and the date. So November 17th, we have that locked in. So if you're somewhat near the area, you need to get flights. Now's the time to do it. Got plenty of time, but for sure it's locked in because we had to do that and get it. The venue had to be locked in now before it gets too late. So, all right, let's start off with which one should I pick? All right, let's do. Let's just go through all 5. We'll go through each of them. So the first one, don't let expert assistants make you powerless, is what their first one was. Now, what they mean by this is that, these days we get like coaching, training, guides, advice, consulting, like from everybody all over the internet. And so, when you first start, asking questions is always good and trying to, get used to that. But at one point, like, what are you going to do to move on from that and actually take the risk of buying something and figuring out if it's going to be right or not? Because a lot of the times too is like, if I get questions, you've gotten them to, what do you think about this find? What do you think about that find? But you're taking a calculated risk, and there's only really one way to find out if this is a really good buy or not. And that's from actually buying it and testing it out and see. Now, the good thing about RA and what we do, yes, you can return an item as long as you're not abusing the policies. But, at what point are you kind of holding yourself down because you're waiting for answers may not be from one of us, but even anybody else, or even in your own mind, like, is this even really a good buy? Should I or shouldn't I? What should I do? And then you're kind of just stuck there for a while, but you have to pull the trigger at one point and buy the items.
I mean, the one thing that reminds me of is, in general, right? We talk about life, that the only way to really truly experience things is to try it. I'd say perfect example was when Glenn tried Korean barbecue for the first time. Yes, there was an initial investment he had to pay for the food, but I could tell Glenn that it's good, but I don't think that he'll believe it fully until he's experienced it. So when we were in San Jose, we tried it, and then ever since then, Glenn has loved Korean barbecue. So same with reselling. Um, I always tell myself, is this decision gonna be a fatal or deadly decision to my business? And if it's a no, I would try it. That's kind of like the mentality that I have developed throughout the years of owning businesses. If it's not gonna kill me or if it's not gonna kill the business, I would try it at least once and experiment on it. So yeah, and so far it hasn't failed me yet. I've did some stupider things than buying Dookie, but man, I can just tell you that that's how you really find out about things, what sells, what doesn't sell, what you like selling, right? I think that's very important. I don't like selling T-shirts. I don't know why, but I've tried buying T-shirts from Nike, and they just didn't sell, well, or maybe I didn't list them right, maybe I didn't photograph them right. But yeah, going back to it, I'd say firsthand experience is the best, and watching YouTube is there. Watch YouTube and then implement it. That's the biggest thing.
And Lazy Eye Guy says, in my second month, 8 sales so far. First step is trying to get past people holding my money. And I mean, there's different things that come in the way, especially in the very beginning. But you're, like you said, second month, 8 sales so far, which is good. Because also keep in mind, I mean, someone like Jeff's story, when you go back and watch that interview, I mean, he didn't buy anything from Ross and things like that for months because it was about just doing the research and feeling confident enough to actually buy these items. Or he's like, all right, now it's time to do it. Now it's time to, take the risk on these items. So, but I like, especially like the newbies that are, trying these things and actually trying to make money and not just thinking about it for a while and then not actually taking action. So, which kind of leads up to number 2, which is probably the best thing about this whole reselling journey thing, which is no substitute for putting in the work. But this kind of goes in a little bit differently. So, we see it all the time, ads and different people on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And it's always like, how to make $10,000 easily by selling on eBay. Or here's like the super secret strategy most resellers don't want you to know. And it's like all these different things to get you to click on it or to go to buy these things, because unfortunately, we're technically, I don't know, attracted to shortcuts
Yeah.
to make things easier for us.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of like, if I can make that much money, and it says it's pretty easy, there's some secrets out there that no one really knows about. You kind of think about that more and more. But the thing is, a lot of these ads aren't going to tell you what about all the other hundreds to thousands of other steps that was needed to take to get to that point.
Yeah.
Not going to talk about it. It's just going to be whatever they could sales pitch you in. So the good thing is about this reselling thing, no substitute for putting in the work, because no matter how many shortcuts they say they're out there, no matter what, you still have to go and buy the items and resell them.
100% agree. I think that's the biggest thing that I did when I started. Hustle B wasn't really a thing. I was just kind of like creeping in other people's profile.
You're just a B?
Yeah, I was just a
no
B,
hustle.
right? Yeah, I was just, until I started to know how to sting, start stinging, putting in the work. Man, I mean, if there's one thing that somebody could get or take away from my reselling journey is when I started with $500 selling my own personal collection, and I just put in the work. Work was what got us to this point as of the moment. And I would be nothing without that work ethic. or the results wouldn't have been here without that work ethic. And that's one thing that I can be proud of, and that's one thing that I wish everybody should try. Just give everything you got, just do your best, and watch results come.
Yes, sir. Los is here in the chat.
Kasim.
Which store is giving you guys the best finds right now? Ross is dead for me. So really what's going to come down to is kind of like the Nike outlet, I think, is going to be the best bet because of the MVP pass, now that the other ones are a little slower right now. But for us, I mean, it's been slower in Marshalls, but for other people, Marshalls have been straight fire for people.
Right.
So really depends on your area, where you
Here's-
live, all that.
uh-huh. Yep.
All right, let's go to number 3. So I'll read. Okay, so number 1, don't let expert assistance make you powerless. Number 2, no substitute for putting in the work. Number 3, you never run out of problems. They just change.
I like that.
And so some people think that they'll run out of problems once they achieve like a certain goal or a certain level, and thinking that maybe problems will go away. So you're always going to be, changing. I mean, you're going to be evolving either way and trying to like figure things out. But, not really just from reselling, but just like life in general. And like in my case, I was like, I'm going to pay off these student loans. That was like my number one goal. And then once I did that, I was like, okay, well, like now what? Now that goal is already achieved, but now something else comes in. So after that, I was like, I was going to get married. Now to try to figure out planning like a wedding. I was going to, try to get into buying a house. How much money did I need down? How do I save up for that? What's going on? So it's like new challenges and goals, come in. That's just from the life part. But from the reselling part, you might think like, if I get to, 50,000 in inventory and I'm making, 10 grand a month, I'll be set. If I get to 100,000 inventory, I'm making, 20,000 a month, I'll be set. But will you really be set? Like, how many new problems are going to come in though? Now you have new inventory, capital, making sure you're, on top of everything. Things totally change the more you grow. So yeah, your problems are going to be there. They're just going to keep changing. What do you think about that?
100% agree. You're gonna have problems with your old junky car. You buy the next or brand new Mercedes, you're still gonna have problems with it. Even when you buy a Ferrari, you're still gonna have problem with it. So that's how I way I look at it. Um, the more money you have, the bigger problems you'll get. I 100% agree with that. But it's not really about trying to not have any problems. I feel like it's trying to be smarter and have more experience with facing problems. That's the biggest thing that I tell everybody, right? Like one person mentioned free returns, and that's a new problem. I said it might be a problem, but if you look at it that way, there's nothing you can. I mean, there is something you can do with it. Turn it off or turn it on. You've got two choices. It's either you want a 10% discount for final value fees or you don't. But either way, if a person wants to return it, still gonna return it. So I focus more on how you react on it, and the more or the bigger you become, you should be expecting more or bigger problems. I 100% agree on that one. You got $100 problem. Next thing you know, you have $1,000 problem. Next thing you know, you're gonna have $100,000 problem. But yeah, I feel like accepting that there's gonna be more of it coming and realizing that it's not the end of the world. You just have to figure the way out and how to find a solution.
Yes, sir. And that's man, kind of already like gone through all at least 3 of them pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to number 4. And you cannot be loved by everyone. So number 4, and this is kind of interesting because let's say the in the reseller world, right? Not being loved by everyone. This could be your own, family or friends, relatives, things like that. They could be like, man, this guy doesn't even have a real job. He's out here trying to find stuff to resell. Your little Ross thing that's pretty cute. But really, how much money can you honestly make from doing this? And so they may not like what you're doing, probably try to throw in some jabs here and there. I've heard it pretty much. A lot of you that are, full time have heard it. But that comes from even some of the people that are close or not close. Now, also think about, what about your old friends maybe you used to hang out with, things like that, like where they're at, where you're at, and where you want to go. And I have a lot of friends that they like the security blanket of being there full time, having like the job where they can go, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever their job is, Monday through Friday. And they enjoy that. But you're also going to notice that while you're, kind of free doing your own thing, you're going to kind of lose more and more of what you have in common, which is, you're looking for that freedom and they want the security blanket. It's going to be hard, to kind of have like that friendship if it kind of slowly moves further and further out. But like Javapino said, I mean, you have really good people in the reseller community that really want, to help others and kind of build that friendship and everything like that. And on the opposite side, we're talking about not being loved by everybody. We can go to the YouTube side. At the last Ross Finds of the Week, we had how the cleats had gone up in price a little bit more. Every single time this happens, I get the same people that leave me comments like, well, YouTubers just like you killed the market. And I always get like, funny comments like that. And I'm like, it's funny to me because I've already been doing this for so long, and yet a lot of the prices haven't really changed. Like 1 week it'll be, $31.99 for cleats, and then you go back 2 weeks later and they're $19.99. Like, I don't know how Ross does things sometimes. It's just like random prices, things like that. But I like to tell people I feel like I've helped more people than hurt, because either way, I can't win on either side. Either I'm going to actually help people and go through with it, or I'm going to be like, you know what, random dude, you're right. I'm just going to stop making videos because I am just killing the market. And what's kind of funny though, shout out to Caroline, because she was here. So Caroline actually sent me her numbers maybe like a couple of days ago, and Caroline's numbers have doubled or more than doubled, and she has 4 more months left in this year. So I want you to think about that from different people that are, going to school or part-time, full-time. They're killing it in different ways. And on the other side of it, you have the people that are going to make excuses no matter what on how the market's tanking, things aren't really there. On the opposite side, you have people taking action and making money, and the results are there. And I like when people send me that kind of stuff because I like to see, how everybody's doing, and especially seeing that progress and growth throughout the years and the time you've been, reselling.
Yep, 100%. You couldn't have said it better. I don't have any comment. Fire.
I don't have any comment.
But I mean, yeah, 100%. Just like the whole Nike thing. What I like about one guy said, it's not really about taking side. It's about making a stand, and be okay with being hated. Loss agrees with this. I think between you and Loss, I tell you guys both that I'm not the most like resellers. In the community, people will straight up hate me for what I do and for how I just approach things. But that's okay, because I stand for things. I stand for my high ROI profit pricing, even if it's over the current market. I don't care. I don't care about people sending us that hate emails, hate comments that we destroy the market or whatnot. I'd still, I always tell everybody that good will always win in the end. And even with doing this, you and I's numbers have continued to grow. And just so everybody will know it, me and Glenn and a few other, the A team, the Lister Sisters, Out Hustles group, we are actually tracking our numbers because before helping other people, we want to grow personally, because the more we better ourselves and we better our business, the more people we help. So that's keeping accountable on each other, because we don't want to be like those guys that have really shitty numbers and tell people what to do. And we want to have good numbers, killing it, and still able to help other people. But yeah, I love it. I don't care. I don't care of what other people say, but I'll take the stand.
Brian says Goodwill will win. I think so. It sounded kind of funny because it sounded like Goodwill, the store, thrifting. You're like, no thrifting. No, we love thrifting.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see. Unfortunately, not everybody has a business mindset, and that's where the low ballers come from, who buys at $19.99 and sells for $39.99. But yeah, the thing is that they're gonna come and go. I mean, there's different items you can buy that are super cheap, and you can price it, whatever you want. But if you have one or two of them and they sell for that cheap and then they're gone, I mean, the market's still open. So it just depends, on who's buying and reselling or whatever. And some people just actually need to try it out for themselves. And if they do price super low, then they'll learn from it.
Right.
Let me see. Some people are just starting out, and could just want to make flips. And that comes from also being a rookie and really starting out. You have to kind of build up your account anyway. And even when we first started talking about it, B started selling really cheap stuff from Burlington and really some random candy Pez things. I don't even know.
I was selling lollipops. I was selling Pez and everything like that. And even when you're still starting, you have to still be patient, because let the money work for you, or let your inventory work for you, as long as you've done the research. I was buying those lollipops for $2.99 and I was flipping them for $15 plus shipping. That was a huge margin, but that was still waiting patiently, because fast flip will only take you so far. My whole concept is, if you buy one pair of shoe, you better make sure you can buy two pairs after you sell it, or even try to buy four pairs after you sell it, because that's how you grow. Because when you're talking about 100 items, that's not really gonna bring in that much money that you want to make. Try to have a goal to get to 1,000. I mean, to 500, even at least 500 and to 1,000 items, because that's where the real money comes, and you can go full time. And that's why I keep telling everybody, fast flip is fine, fast flip is okay, but it's not gonna take you to where you want it to be. But if you're okay with only making a certain amount, have at it. All I'm telling is, if you're more patient with your items, you'll get more money. Straight up. Because eventually market will correct itself, and then once the market dries up, man, it's gonna be harvest time for you. I'm telling you, it's proven and tested. Ask Glenn with our purple vapors. We have so many of those, and we're selling at over $100 now.
What's kind of crazy is that what was that? Some people still have. I don't know if you guys remember this. I mean, it's been a while. It's been like a year. Some people still have the Ross Kaepernick jerseys that were out there. Oh man!
Yes,
and now they're just starting to cash in. And oh my goodness, they're making a killing now.
I was now looking at it, that now I'm looking at all my jerseys. I gotta make sure, is there any controversy behind this person? If not, I'm gonna hold on to it.
Is Troy Polamalu doing anything? Because
I got a bunch of Andrew Luck. Let's see. Well, let's just not talk about him, because he might get hurt.
I know. Are the Browns or Joe Hayden doing anything?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe Joe Hayden will come back. Second half of the season.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, that was just a random example, but I mean, they've had different things like the vapor cleats, and there's different cleats and things we've seen over time that are just just like everything else in the stock market, up and down, and trying to cash in at that right point, instead of just immediately hoping for an easy quick sell. But things change. You have to go through it. Let me see where we look for those Bell jerseys. Hustle in silence. Let me go back up. I think it was something. Oh yeah, so Lazy Eye Guy, appreciate it. $5 super chat from Lazy Eye Guy, who just mentioned also just starting out. Yeah, and he's what, second month in. So there we go. All right, let's all right, number 5 after that one. Consistently rethink of powerful stories and communicate with positive people. We just talked about the reseller, kind of community and kind of like, who you can kind of talk to and relate to. But I think of like powerful stories and or people you can kind of look up to and what they're doing and where you want to be. And kind of telling yourself these better stories and also reminding yourself where you were and where you want to be. And small growth is growth. Like, don't dismiss it because you're not making a certain amount of money if you are growing. And for me, it's kind of like I remember where I used to be. I mean, we talked about it before in different times, working at the university, working full time, driving 40 minutes to work, driving 40 minutes back, being stuck in traffic, having 4 different bosses tell me what to do and where to go and all these things. And I remember those days and I look back at it and, it keeps me going, especially now. I was like, man, definitely don't want to go back to anything like that. But then I also see, different people that are doing well on the reselling side that you can, look up to and kind of help with the motivation side. And, I talked about Jeff a little bit earlier, Soupies. But I mean, we're talking about someone that has, 3 kids and he's killing it on he keeps like making more and more money. We see his growth, but I was like, man, married, 3 kids, and he's, he's the one who's making the most money, of course, for his household and taking care of everybody. I mean, he's gone through, a lot with his personal story, and that would helps also just seeing that, his sales and motivation and help other people. So things like that really help for the long term and what you really want to do. So what do you think? Be consistently rethink of powerful stories and communicate with positive people.
True. I only have like 500 people that I follow on Instagram, and the reason why is I cut out all the people that talk a lot of negative, and I keep a few of them. I keep a few of the dookie Instagrammers. There's 2 reasons, right? I believe you have to feed yourself who you want to be, right? So if you want to be more successful, you have to follow successful people and you have to be influenced with successful people. Hence why me and Glenn are bros and we partner up without hustle because we want to grow. 2, I follow a few dookie people to remind me every day that I don't want to be like them. So whatever they're doing, I will not do because their results show. So it goes vice versa. I inspire myself to do certain things that these certain people do so that I can be like them. And on the other side, I follow dookie people so I stay away from what they're doing so I won't be like them. So that's kind of like my guiding tool on what I do. But as far as listening, Glenn knows this. I listen to a lot of audiobooks way back. I read a lot of books, and that's just inspiring yourselves. And I love watching, documentary series about success. If it, put all your beliefs aside or your politics side, watch the Nike commercial. Man, I love that. I love what the message was all about. Forget about branding, forget about marketing, but in the end, is like if you think, what did it say? If you think your dream is crazy, you might have to rethink it. You have to ask yourself, is my dream crazy enough? Something like that. But man, I love that. Shoot for the sky. The possibilities are limitless. Like whenever I'm down, whenever I'm sick, one of the biggest thing I actually look into is I actually listen to Nick Vujicic. Have you seen that guy? The guy that doesn't have limbs?
I don't think so.
The guy that doesn't have arms and doesn't have legs, but
Oh, okay. No.
like Australian, something like that. and he actually climbed mountains and stuff like that. So I was like, like that just uplifts me. So you got whatever you feed yourself is who you become. Same as in the physical. You eat junk, you get unhealthy. If you eat healthy, you get better physically. But same as the mental and your brain. Feed yourself something positive and something good.
District Geo said I must be one of the Dookie people, and
Nah, bro, big goals.
T.S. Dalek says you probably just made people wonder if they're the Dookie one.
Yeah, well, you gotta have self-awareness. Ask yourself if you're one of them.
Let me see. So Will, yeah, and even Will is also in my area, and I like meeting the people that are in my area, or even especially out hustle to go to different areas. I like meeting everybody as much as I can. But I think what Will said, like resellers, are shy and quiet people. For the most part, they actually are. I've had there was one time where so those I was at Savers one time, and this person randomly they tried to like do a weird picture thing like when I wasn't looking, and it just seemed very odd, and I just saw a flash go off, and I look and I was like, what, did someone just take a picture? And then sure enough, later on, this person's like, oh, is it cool I get a picture or whatever? I was like, oh yeah. Maybe also because they don't really know. You could be an ass in real life, or you could be a cool guy in real life. You don't really know because the internet is so different. And people have asked me different times too, why did you work with this certain person or meet with this certain person or this certain person that's a reseller? Why would they on out hustled or meeting them? And I'm not going to judge anybody if I've never met them before, just because what other people might say about them or whatever. I'll know, what's just meeting them in real life and seeing who they really are. It's kind of hard just to judge them off of internet photos, and it's kind of sad, but a lot of the times not really like that. But you want to meet that real person and not just whoever's behind the IG photos. Let me see. So Ben says, number 6, do what will benefit you and others in the future. This is not a competition. It's a way to making a living, and together we can all do it the right way for the benefit of it all.
That's true. You can't be at all places at the same time.
Will. Yeah, because even then, you're really competing with yourself, and also depends on where you live, like we talked about too. Us going to Atlanta, what I liked about it, and just with all the other out hustles, some out hustles are really, really good. Like when we went to Dallas, and some of the first ones were the fines are good, all of that. This Atlanta one, especially this last video, tough, 10 to 12 straight stores of nothing.
Literally, that's how I felt the past few days. It's man, that's just my life the last, not really few days, few weeks. Besides a few good ones that I found, it was just bad. It was just hard. And this is what makes and breaks you, right? If you roll with the punches, if you still go out there every day, if you're still doing your routes, that's how you become successful. You can't be a fair weather hustler.
And talking about number 2, there's no substitute for putting in the work. So out of the 40 whatever thousand subscribers, how many do you really know that you probably see either on the chat or on Instagram, and they have an eBay store, and they're really trying to build up and grow? I guess what percentage out of 40, let's say 40,000 subs?
Not even, probably 1%.
Because we see a very similar.
How many people are here?
115. It looks like
115. So yeah. What's 1% of 40,000? That's 400.
You're trying to get us to do math.
Let me see. Right. Yeah, because 400. I don't even think there's 400 people that can literally dominate the market.
The same Ross fines or Marshalls, Burlington.
If you look at it, if you got a chance, I've looked into other stores that are big on eBay and everything like that, there's probably not even 20 stores that are massive in regards to the category that we sell on. And that's not a lot. 20 out of, the 54 states, that's not a lot really if you think about it. And the crazy part is there's like five of the biggest one in my state. And the rest are in Florida and California.
Sin City Hustlers, what's up? A lot of them are in California. Maybe, yeah, less than 1%. I mean, 400
That's a lot.
sounds somewhat, yeah, even then sounds a little high, but who
I could
knows? I
say
mean,
0.5%.
maybe
That's
the 115 that are watching right now.
exactly. I mean, like, people that are not here, I'd only say 200 people that are really taking actions.
Let me go back up. There's some other questions in here. Someone else. What is best offer the route to go? Still struggling on which one I want to commit to between buy it now or best offer.
I'd say it doesn't hurt to put best offer. If you don't like the offer, decline it or counter. I've always went with best offer because I kind of want to have that feeling of you can negotiate with your buyer.
Casey, is the camera behind the B real gold or chocolate?
Which one? This one, the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
Uh, well,
Take a bite and let's see if it's chocolate or
I wish this was real gold, but I'm not that rich yet. But yeah, it's not chocolate. It's just a thing that hey, from Ross, $5.99, baby.
Oh man, I wish it was chocolate.
Yeah, I wish. Oh, the chocolate is here.
Oh, okay.
Talking about chocolate, I'm ready. Oh, and here's the other one that I ate already. So people, probably they're looking at me right now. They know me. They know me too well now that I have chocolate around my area.
Ben says I was in Cincy last week. How in the world do you source out there? It is dry. I know. I've never been to Cincy, but I'll eventually somehow,
Man,
some way get there.
well, it's Cincy's not really that bad. I mean, Glen sees my finds and stuff like that. But just the season and the timing is just dry. But when and also too, I don't stay in Cincy. Like why stay? I can drive 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, and reach multiple states. I can get to Pennsylvania, Michigan, Chicago, Illinois, Kentucky, and Indiana. Even Tennessee and Atlanta, I go there. So it's not really dry.
There we go. Talking about North Carolina. So part of Out Hustled, you'll see a little bit more about that. But as far as like next year, though, we are planning a North Carolina, like early next year. So let everybody else know about that. But you'll see that in the next Out Hustled episode as far as making that drive. So yeah, we'll go through just to repeat them, at least the titles. Don't let expert assistance make you powerless. There's no substitute for putting in the work. You never run out of problems. It's just change. You cannot be loved by everyone. And last one, consistently rethink of powerful stories and communicate with positive people. So that was all 5. Let me know anything else, any questions, things you want to let me know in the chat. Questions, comments, let us know. Let's see. I had a return, but it looks like the buyer just switched my new shoes with their old shoes and returned their old shoes. What do you recommend I should do?
Call eBay. I'd say call eBay and tell them your case, and they'll decide from there. Uh, I always tell everybody call eBay because you gotta let them know. You gotta let them know that this is happening on your account because it doesn't matter what kind of advice I give. I'd rather you call eBay because they're gonna notate your account and uh, they'll be able to see what's really happening. See the whole communication, everything. Because a lot of times they'll be on your favor. A lot of times they'll refund both of your money. So call eBay because they're in control.
I think, yeah, I totally agree with that one too. It doesn't mean you're automatically going to win the case. You want to put you in the best position to
Right.
win. Just depends on what eBay makes, their decision on. But they could see the photos, the communication, and kind of go through that. But yeah, definitely call them. Let me see if on the boost sample, cleats Burlington signed for around 100. I do think you should pick up the player edition baseball cleats. I haven't really seen a lot of them, but I would definitely pick them up. Baseball cleats do tend to move slower than, football and soccer.
Yeah, I
But
guess a
but for
lot.
$19.99, it's very low risk.
Yeah, a lot of supply. So make sure it's player edition. It's kind of rare. It has a high retail value. Not a lot of competition and has good comps.
Daphne says it going from Atlanta. Good to see you too in the
Yep.
chat. Where San Diego is the meetup near downtown? I don't know where it is exactly.
Yeah, we'll get the look. I mean, I don't know where
Yeah.
downtown is, so but
Yeah.
we'll.
I haven't been there in a while too, so
I
yeah.
haven't been to San Diego. This will be the first time, so it should be fun.
All I know is November 17th, San Diego. So yes, locked
Yeah,
in.
I don't think San Diego's that big.
Anything else? Let us know. I think one of the other comments I was going to tell you was that going back to a little bit of the Nike thing, someone had they made a comment and stuff that like, why would Nike do? Well, number one, I did get a question which was like, hey, are you scared that sales are going to go down because of what's going on with Nike? The thing is, no. And also, I try not to worry about things I have no control of. So I don't have that really on my mind. But in the second thing, people have asked, like, why would Nike do this to jeopardize? It's kind of funny. Someone said, half of their business. And keep in mind that Nike is a global company, and that even selling, hypervenom and whatever soccer cleats and whatever things.
Fun sport too. It's
yeah,
not even
exactly.
sport.
I mean, there's so many different types of like shoes and sports out there, and shoes being sold all around the world. It's not just whatever, I guess whatever they're trying to say in that particular thing with half, because there's no way that even if you wanted to focus on just the U.S. market, I mean, that's not going to be it. I mean, there's global sales all around.
Yeah, for sure. And just for the record, I stand with Nike's decision. It's smart. It's just smart. I like it. And Gritty Girdle Boss says, bring your passports. I will bring my passport, and Glenn better get his.
I don't even have one.
Passport, Glenn. Better get your passport.
How many MVP cards do you guys got?
Damn. Haven't counted mine. How many do you have now, Glenn?
I have too many, knowing that I only have one outlet. And like I said, we are going to a mystery place for Out Hustled in 2 weeks or so, week and a half, because I need to use these cards. And with only having that one outlet, I know it's going to be tough. I think I have like 50 of them, I think. There. Goodwill outlet, worthy of being included reseller route. I'm not feeling the retail Goodwills, but I've never been to an outlet. What?
You beat me. I only got 35.
I think it's worth it if it's part of your business. So if you're into like thrifting and things like that, and it's part of your business and you can actually source there, then yeah, you should definitely add it. But if you're doing more of like retail arb and things like that, and you're trying to get some of the higher ASP things, just depends on what you're into, then just I can't really say it's not worth it or not. Let me see, where are we? Talk about the MVP. All right, going there. How did you sell those jerseys in one day? I've only sold maybe like 3 or 4 of them. I still have a lot of them listed. So I haven't sold them yet. It's gonna be a while. What's up your thoughts on the Under Armour Project Rock Delta DNA? What would you list? I haven't seen any other Project Rock things in a while. Unless it's like something new. Let me see. Or we be in El Paso 26, 27. 7th. I'll double check. I'll talk to you, Hustle and Silence.
Vegas.
What was that?
You're gonna be in Vegas.
Oh, me and the wife are going to Vegas, but not until not until I think late October, I think.
Oh.
I gotta double check. Double check. It's for anniversary stuff, so.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Well, I think I have a good plan. We'll talk after. I thought you were really going to Vegas at the last week of September.
Oh, no.
Might be another hustle.
Any toys to be looking at Ross? You can try to look for like store exclusives when it comes to like Target. Some Toys R Us exclusive might come out, and you can try to double check.
That might be a thing, huh?
Yeah, but you go double check for FBA, double check for eBay, see how they're selling. But most of the time, some sort of exclusive is like your best bet. Really, anything else? I haven't really seen anything good in toys for a while, at least when it comes to the Ross stuff. There we go. Hustle and Silence, I'll be there. And Sin City Hustlers, I'll be there. There we go. I have to meet up. So, yeah, I could definitely figure something out. We're still trying to figure out how we can do some bonus things for the San Diego one. Not only that, I'm trying to figure out what type of giveaway and other things I'm going to do for our 100th Ross Finds of the Week. I'm open to ideas, as long as they're not too crazy, like giving away 100 pairs of Off-Whites or something. One pair of Off-White given away for each episode of Ross Finds of the Week. So I'm thinking about it, what I could do for that, and it's coming up pretty quick. All right, couple minutes left. You want to throw in whatever questions before we go, let us know. And any other news? I don't think we had any other news that we really want to talk about. I mean, that's going to be our main one for San Diego, is the main one for the year. So I think we're going to be pretty much done after that, because Q4 mode is going to be there. I want to make sure that the sales are up and running and we're not, out of town doing random stuff, with, workshops or meetups and stuff. I want to make sure that Q4 goes smoothly and really work that out.
This first.
What?
I said we're still a business first.
Yeah, we still got to run the business. You can give away my giant Uno card.
Somebody found him late.
Let me see. Anything else? I think we're pretty much done. And we're only like 2 minutes away, but.
Yep.
All right. We're set. And coming up, Ross Finds of the Week as usual on Friday. Saturday, I'll probably do a live show. And good to go. All right. See ya. B, anything you want to say before we go?
Nope. Like I would always say it, don't buy Dookie.
There we go. Go out and get it. See ya.